Welcome to Game State Episode 2. Here are the past 2 weeks of game developers news. In this episode, we have more Xbox news. The Xbox Series S has been leaked, which is a console with lower specs than the Xbox Series X that is meant to come out on the same day as it, November 10th. It will supposedly have lower performance than the Series X and will come out for $300. Sticking with consoles, Nintendo has asked their developers for Switch products to make their games 4K ready. This is supposedly for a launch of a new Nintendo Switch that will have a 4K screen on it. Now you can look at Link's 20 polygons in 4K because that's what we've always wanted. I'm not sure who has been asking for these 4K screens, but I'm excited for the more beefy components that will most likely be in this upgraded Switch, since it'll allow for a better graphical experience on Nintendo devices, which has been missing basically since forever. In Unreal news, there was a flash sale that ended on the 7th on the Unreal Engine marketplace where items were up to 50% off. If you missed it, don't worry, because Unreal Engine announced that they will have monthly free assets that you can download. This month includes things like a character model, a bunker model, a dynamic water system, among other things. In Epic news, Epic Games has donated $200,000 to Maxon, the creators of Cinema 4D and Red Giant. There's big news for Unity mobile developers. Unity has announced their Unity distribution portal, which will allow you to upload your games not only to one app store at a time, but to multiple at the same time. It only uploads to alternative app stores, so basically any app store other than the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, like the Samsung Galaxy Store or Huawei App Gallery. Unity predicts that 1.7 billion mobile devices will game on those app stores by 2023. The much anticipated Blender 2.9 has come out. It includes things like improvements for UV tools, the Ocean modifier, Intel Embry support, optic support for AMD GPUs, NVLink support, multi-res sculpting, and much more other good stuff. Speaking of Nvidia and AMD, Nvidia has just released their Ampere Architecture 3000 series GPUs. They are much better than their predecessors, and what we can expect is a decrease in GPU costs, which means that the standards of graphics for games can increase as GPUs that are older can be more affordable. As for AMD, they'll be releasing their new architecture for their GPUs that'll be featured in the new consoles on the 28th of October. They will also be releasing new CPU information on the 8th of October. Sticking with Oculus, there are some new leaks that might suggest an Oculus Quest 2. A new driver was found in the firmware of the current Quest, and UploadVR.com has analyzed the driver and found that it's likely for a controller with improved tracking abilities and improved haptics. If this is in fact the Oculus Quest 2, details about this might be released in the near future, since Facebook Connect is happening on the 16th of September, which is a sort of announcement thing that Facebook does that talks about all their VR endeavors. In news related to Facebook, Neuralink, a company founded by Elon Musk, has made a brain implant that has been able to track the limbs of a pig. Now, if you were able to apply this to a human, you could potentially do pretty cool stuff in VR without potentially even the need for controllers anymore. Now, Facebook will be able to not only know what you're playing, but know where you are. In even more VR news, a company called Zylia has released a tool called 6 Degrees of Freedom for VR and AR applications that allows you to have more realistic audio in your games. An example of how this might work is in the case of a virtual concert. So a real concert will be performed and microphones will be placed in an array around the performers. Then a person using a device like an HTC Vive or an Oculus Quest would walk around the virtual stage, and the audio between each microphone that was actually recorded would interpolate to give them realistic audio. 6 Degrees of Freedom currently has a demo available for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Quest. And if you were to buy the package that they sell, it comes with an array of microphones as well as the software. The software notably takes care of both transitional and rotational audio effects. Thanks for watching this second episode of Game State. Thank you for the support on the first episode. It was very much appreciated. I hope the quality of this one is better than the first one, and hopefully I can increase the quality for the third one, knowing what I know now. So bye.